Right, we're doing the Phantom right here. Lee Falk's the Phantom. Did a This is the third pencil stream. The first one was a basically a thumbnail to pencil. The last one was pencils, and this one's going to be pencils and then going into ink. So it's calling it basically a draw stream at this point. We got the Phantom right here. It's a famous character from comics and back in the day, an old pulp character created by Lee Falk, and it's about a character that he's a buccaneer. He's a swashbuckler. He fights the sworn enemy, the Singh Brotherhood. And the Phantom is basically like a job title that's handed down through generations. This one right here is Kit Walker, and was pretty big character in the 90s from the movie with Billy Zane. So that's a little background information. He's got two Colt 45s. He's got a wolf named Devil, and he's got a horse named Hero, and they kick a lot of butt. So he also lives in this this cave, a skull cave, you know. Yeah. So we're drawing this right now. I'm gonna be doing just penciling, tightening some stuff up, then jumping in with some inks. There might be some things that I might hit up on my own for photo reference, so I get it just right. Possibly like the gun and whatnot, just little things like that. So don't want to halt the stream too much, but probably gonna go for maybe an hour or two. But yeah, so we got the horse right here. I was before I had the feet out here like he was about to jump over the hill, but then I decided to make it kind of cool where he's just there kind of watching like a gargoyle, watching over the battle and ready to hop in possibly at any moment. So that's what he's doing. Got a little junk ship right here in the background, one of those Chinese junk ships. Tighten that up. Getting ready for Halloween. The new month's about to start. I think tomorrow's the last day of the month. A few hours, depending on where you're at. What's up, the Nate dude? Thanks for stopping by. You guys are into the Phantom, then you found the right stream. It's a pretty cool character. He's actually in purple. This is going to be a black and white piece, but you never know. Maybe one day it'll get painted or something, or maybe I'll add colors to it. That might be kind of fun. A little bit of that in here. Some texture in there. That's going. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it, the Nate dude. Thanks for everybody that's stopping by. If you guys are into, like comic book reviews, I've been doing a lot of like barbarian stuff, sword and sorcery, Conan, Battle Beast from Invincible. If you guys are into Invincible, I'm digging the Battle Beast. I'm also doing a Viking Moon. It's a werewolf Viking book. It takes place in Newfoundland. That book was pretty awesome. I'm also reviewing Skinbreaker, again from the creator of Battle Beast and Invincible, Kirkman. So that's been pretty fun. Nathaniel Good, thanks for stopping by, man. So there's that, and then sometimes I do videos on like how to make comics, just kind of like headspace stuff, little nuggets about if you want to jump into making comics or what, just from like an indie perspective. I do that. So there's those three things, and then I might do some drawing videos, but kind of just do the live stuff now. So this is like a drawing video. People can see what I'm doing live from basically start to finish. So I don't know if you guys are into that. Hit like and subscribe. I appreciate you for stopping by. There's that. Is that right there? All right. I think I might start getting in there with the drawing, almost to where I wanted to be. I wanted to give him some gauntlets right here. Yeah, I think that would be pretty badass. Something cool though. Maybe like a triangular one or something. I don't know. With a skull, something like that. I think that might be pretty badass. Maybe like that. Put like a skull on the side of it. He doesn't have these in the normal, like the Phantom doesn't have gauntlets, but I think that might be pretty badass. I think that the 2099 version has it though. Yeah. I think it would be even cool, like if he had them up on the side like that, even some big gauntlets. That would look pretty dope. Fuck it. I'll do it right now, actually. You know what? No, I'll just leave it. I'll leave it for now. It's got a big ass arm right here. I'll leave that for now. Get in there with the eraser. Just I'll wait till because I wanted to do redesigns on some of these characters. I wanted to give them like a modern spin for fun. I don't think they would really do good in the modern times. Like I think they're better suited for the pulp era. But I still think it'd be fun. I think it'd be really fun. There we go. All right, that'll work for now. Okay, start working with the horsey. Start at the top. And give him this little triangular. It's kind of like the motif with the skull, you know. I see people do like their little liberties with the Phantom, you know. Really dig that movie. I want to try to watch it this week at least once. I think that'd be cool. I watched it not too long ago. I just watched Legend tonight with the kid. I was really digging it with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry. If you guys haven't seen Legend, it's from the 80s. It's one of the best fantasy movies ever. It's like if they made Legends of Zelda into a movie, it would be Legend. And Tom Cruise plays Link. He plays Jack, but he's totally Link. And Tim Curry, the actor that played the first Pennywise from It, he plays Darkness, which is this gigantic demon. These big bull horns. It's pretty crazy. And he has to fight him. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty badass too. Have a nice little sword fight at the end. They got some crazy character called Meg Mucklebones. Some of the best makeup effects you'll ever see as well. You ever have a oh wow, far so good you got to take a snip? Nah, I'm sorry, man. Not really. That's pretty. But yeah, that movie had some of the best makeup work, man, by Rob Bottin. He did that, The Howling, and he also did RoboCop, and then he kind of just dropped off for a while. Never really see him again, Rob Bottin. Just kind of dipped out of Hollywood. There's a lot of really good people from Hollywood. and they just kind of disappear. Like I think that Stephen Norrington, the guy that did the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and he also did Blade, the Blade movie, the first one. I like both those movies a lot. And then he just bounced. You never see him again. But yeah, man, Legend. Got to be one of the best fantasy movies ever. I was watching that, thinking, yeah, man, Conan the Barbarian, Legend, the Beastmaster, and Excalibur. Those are like some 80s gems right there for fantasy anyways. Yeah. Get some of that right there. This pen's getting a little out of ink, getting a little tired. I'm gonna have to switch it up here in a second. I got a bunch of new pens too I haven't even used yet. Kind of like low-key excited. I guess I'll leave that one out. I think this one is good. Let's see. Yeah, that one's way better. I love these pens so much. These Tompo Fudensuki. Hey, what's up, Corey? Thanks for stopping by, brother. Drawing a little bit of the Phantom. Yeah, dude. I seen your brother drew the Phantom. Like, I seen him post it. If you guys haven't checked out How to Draw Comics, it's an awesome website and an academy. The Barton Bros and Corey Barton right here. He's got some awesome work as well with Kozor and your new book. Your new book's coming out too, right? I forgot the name of it. It's like Andromeda something. I'm horrible with names. Yeah, that artwork's astounding. Corey's a beast. Let's see, there's that right there. Yeah, Andromenoids. Yep, she looks badass. Yeah, and here I'm drawing Kit Walker, and probably draw the Phantom again, maybe next year. And then next time I draw him, I'm going to give him a 2026 spin. I'm going to switch some shit up. Kind of like the 2049 TV show. That was badass. I like that. Only watched a few episodes recently too. It was pretty awesome. I think it had the animator that did Eon Flux from MTV. The characters are really lean and tall. Look pretty cool. Yep. Yeah, that movie. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I did a couple different takes on the horse. I had the feet coming up right here, and just wasn't feeling it. I had to tweak them, just make them kind of a stoic sentinel right here. Horse, of course. Like that. The horse's hero. horsey. Hey, what up, Edwin? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by, bro. Just drawing a little phantom right now. Did a bunch of writing today, too. I'm working on a little short story, and then out of nowhere, this story just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then starts turning into a fucking prose story. And I'm just thinking, damn, I should put this out as a prose and as a comic. But then I'm thinking, nah, I'm going to start nerfing this shit up. There's that. Yeah. It's fun, though. I've been messing around with the sword and sorcery a lot. I want this thing to have a bunch of teeth coming down. I don't want there to be a bottom to this, to these teeth. I don't want there to be a mandible rock for the mouth. I just want it to be open, very monstrous-like. All right. There's that. And then I'm probably going to come back later with some white paint and do some more tweaking on it for the water effects and whatnot. Got little bats flapping about. Halloween's coming. I don't know if I'm going to dress up for Halloween. I was going to be the Cowardly Lion, but thank God K-pop Demon Hunters came out. now the kids are going to be one of those K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't have to worry. I don't have to be the Cowardly Lion. Gotta finish watching that Alien Earth. Yeah, the show's pretty decent. I'm actually watching The Witcher right now. I know that they're getting Hemsworthy brother in there, but that second season is pretty decent so far. I only watched the first season like back in the day. It's got like Geralt or girl, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Training that kid how to be a witcher. That was pretty cool. So this is up in the jungles. I think it's in India, if I'm not mistaken, with the Phantom. Basically, just laying in a little foliage up here on the side of the rocks. Yeah. Okay. Rock face in there. All right. There's trees in there. Happy little trees. Sorry, guys. All right, that'll work for now. A little bit of that. A little bit of foliage right there. All right. Kind of set that up for a sec like that. Put him up on that hill. He's overlooking him like a gargoyle hero. He's getting ready to jump in there. He's going to help out Kit Walker. Take these bad boys out. water right there. And a crocodile. Imagine the crocodile's in there. Huh? Crocodile Dundee. I used to really like that movie, Crocodile Dundee. Something about Australia, man. Fucking that, the Max, the Aborigines. Really just reminds me of like a primitive country. Makes me feel like I'm watching something from, like the Stone Age or something like that. I don't know how much of that the outback has been explored. It feels like it's pretty untamed, much like parts of Africa and the ocean. So many parts of the world that we haven't explored yet. Yeah. Right. For those of you guys that are watching, we have Edwin. He was here a little while ago. He's got a book that's out on Kickstarter. It's an anthology of his comics. They're really awesome. You guys should check him out. He's got Bloodbone and the Ace, the White Leopard. That's a pretty cool pirate slash Viking story. And they're all in the anthology. You guys can pick them up. It's pretty awesome. All right. Got that. Lots of trees. These crags right here. Bit of that. Need that for now. All right. Start moving on to our boy Kit Walker. Hey, what's up, Shadow and Son? How you doing, brother? Thanks for stopping by, man. Just throwing down some inks now. Throwing down some inks on the Shadow. Or on the Phantom. Some Kit Walker right here. All right. here so you guys can see what's going on. I had to really tweak these eyes. You gotta be that they have to be the upside down triangle, man. If you have to have that. It's part of the look of the Phantom. Everyone kind of does their own little spin on it, but definitely that's a big thing is the upside down triangles in the eyes. That you don't want to mess around with. Yeah, I'm trying to write a little story for this thing, and man, it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's having fun with that today. Let's see. There's this website out here too where it keeps track of your lore. I forgot the name of it, but it keeps like maps and languages and all kinds of shit. But I think it's like $5 a month, and people use it for tabletop, RPG, video games, comic books. That way, like, if you want someone to, if you want to hire somebody to work on your IP, that you just give them the link to that website and it puts them up to date on everything they need to know about it. WorldForge, yeah, that's right, man. That's right, WorldForge. These pins right here, these are the Tombow brush pins. They come in a 2-pack of blue and black. It's like a soft and a hard tip. These two come together, and they're usually like $6 or $7. They're the Fuden Suki. Yeah, they're really good. I like them a lot. Whole lot. Let's see. Yeah, I gave him some teeth too, just because I don't know. Really felt like he needed some. All right. Yeah, that WorldForge looks pretty cool. I'd probably use it myself. things get pretty you get pretty hairy when you're working on a world build. Yeah, definitely. Let's put this in here right now. Get those eyes in there. All right. Just use Google Docs, but I should look into it. Yeah, I think it's more like just for like strictly tabletop, And I'm like, for world building, like I think you could put maps in there and everything. I need to do more of a deep dive on it, but yeah, that might be something I might do. Not right now though. Maybe one day. I just think that's kind of cool. Especially if you want to like build out your lore, you know what I mean? You want to hire a couple people to do some stories, Maybe one guy, maybe like a horror story in your world, and another guy's you want to hire to do some pirates stuff. Another person maybe does, I don't know, romance or something. Maybe another person does, what did I say, pirates? Yeah, I don't know. Something to think about. Let's see here. Yeah, since I do a lot of gaming, I should look into it, but I'm swamped. But better busy than bored, I guess. Oh yeah, 100%, man. That's yeah. You want to be busy, definitely. That's what I do. I'm always busy, never stops, never ever stops. Let me give this guy some gauntlets. I know he doesn't have gauntlets, but I'm gonna these bands. I think that'll be fun. Even on that side. Something like that. That kind of look cool. think these would be like black, kind of like his boots, you know, like black metal, kind of like cast iron gauntlets on his wrists. I think that would be pretty badass. Like someone tries to hit him with a sword and he just goes bink. Like, I don't think so, buddy. There's that belt. That belt action in there. Right. Right. That little. I'm really digging the pirate swords now, man. The the cutlasses. I don't know what it is. I'm just really into them. They're pretty badass. Pretty strong. Right, what's that? Yeah, my grandpa was all about the Phantom, though. I remember when the movie came out, he was so happy. Got the rings and everything. He loved that. He loved them rings. Let's see, there's that. Right. The gun belts right there. Something like that. Like that. It's a way of action right there. Right. Got that. A lot of people draw the boots differently too. I seen this this thing on Google where it had all the different Phantoms. You know, that even had his mom on there. A bunch of pirate Phantoms. Yeah, I think there was like a musketeer one. Yeah. Sabers and scimitars and cutlasses are awesome. Yeah, right. Yeah, and then like I was saying last time, I'll probably as I do these streams, I might repeat myself on similar streams, but upon the about the movie Billy Zane, he's actually in shape again. Like after all these years, he got back in shape. He's finally back in shape again. He got so big for the movie that he got so buff for the movie that they had to take the padding out of the costume that they designed for him. And he wanted the mask to fit so tight that he shaved his head. So they had to film all the scenes with the mat. Like they had to film everything in like a weird order. Like all the stuff with the hair, they had to film that at the end or at the beginning of the movie. So at the very end of the movie, Christy Swanson pulls his mask off and he's got hair underneath. So that had to be filmed first, and then they had to go back and film all the other stuff. But also the costume in the movie has all this like ornamentation designs, like little skull designs, like in the suit. It's pretty badass. Yeah. So the dude was really into the role. Like he really went in there. You know, I remember just really enjoying that movie when it came out. But yeah, I gotta watch it again this week. I might watch it tonight actually if it's for free. Because I need to go buy it. I haven't bought it yet. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I figure if I'm going to buy something for $4, I'd rather buy the DVD for like 20. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm just really big into physical media, man. It's all the stuff that they're doing now, talking about going back and re-editing movies and all that jazz. I'm not down with that. Also, like going back and putting like Coca-Cola ads on like billboards in the back of like scenes and things like that. Like, I don't know, man. They also in the movie they tried doing the stripes, the striped pants, the striped breeches, but it didn't work, you know. But yeah, I'll give it to him since that's part of the OG costume. I think it helps kind of give him character. It kind of pops a little bit, you know. So there's that. And then on this sword, it's like a little thing I did. I wanted to do a little kind of like a little guard right here up on the side where there's skulls coming up right there. I think that would be kind of fun. I could edit it a little bit later, but just kind of wanted to come in here and put some skulls at the end, you know. Maybe something like that. Kind of come in here with that. A little bit of skull action. Something like that. We got the light coming in from over here. All right. A little shadow right there. I'll rough it up a little bit too. Hey, what up, Omer? Thanks for stopping by, brother. Appreciate it. I saw you got that contest. Yes, for Bloodborne or Bloodbone. It's a badass piece you got. Shadow and Sun. Physical media is king. Yes, it is, man. 100%. I was telling my buddy yesterday. I was getting some Mexican food. We were talking about physical media. I'm like, yeah, bro, if I could like fill my house, like the walls would just be freaking graphic novels, books, DVDs, Blu-rays, and then carved out like little squares. I would just have like artwork, like comic art, like original artwork, you know, not mine, but like get some Bernie Wrightsons and then maybe some like Frank Frazetta paintings, you know. I would even get the knockoff Frank Frazetta paintings and frame them. I don't even, you know, I just love the artwork so much. Let's see here. So we got a little bit of that. This dude's coming down. He's got a cutlass. The blade is coming down at a curve. It's in motion. I have it straight right here. I might want to see. I kind of want it to wobble a little bit. I was reading it in one of the Conan novels. I think it was the dark. I think it was the the Dark Stranger, they were talking about heating up a cutlass blade and folding it and using it to like carry like a rope up the side of a mountain or something like that. I forgot what book it was. Yeah. The pirates were going to use it. Yeah, I think it was that book because there was pirates in there. It was 2 pirates, a count, and Conan, and they all had to like work together to try to split some treasure. Such a good story. Yeah. Coming through. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I'm going to just do that. That works for me. It's not perfect, but it's fun. Yeah. That'll work. We'll go up to about right there. Not going to see the whole blade, but we'll see most of it. And I'm probably going to come in with some other stuff and, you know, get the gore and whatnot. Have some fun. Because these guys, man, these pulp characters, they got a little gory. They got a little gory back then. You know, even Batman, all of them. These guys were pretty brutal. All right. They weren't afraid. They weren't shy about the gore. All right. Let's see here. Oh, you read that one too last week? Dude, yeah. Me too. I just finished all the original Conan Gnome Press books from the 1950s, and they are the best Conan ever. Robert E. Howard at his finest. I know, man. I just was talking to my homie today. He's like just starting to get into reading in general. He's blowing through books. He just read what did he read? He read the Silmarillion. He bought it, read it all. He read it like in 2 weeks or some shit. Read through all that. Then he just bought the Hobbit. He's gonna read that tonight. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah, man. Once you start getting into books, it's like it's hard. It's kind of hard to like. It's kind of hard to. I don't know, man. It's like peak. That's all the kids say now. Peak entertainment. I mean, it really is because your mind manifests all the visuals in your head, you know. But I know that that for me, like reading Howard, it like instantly like just reading like 20 Conan stories, it like influenced my writing a lot just in a month. I'm like, just like, oh man, it's crazy. The Phantom arm muscles look dope. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I gave him a big ass fucking arm right here. Like this thing's way too big, but I like it. Like I wanted it like that. You know, I wanted it kind of cartoony. You know, I like to do that with a lot of the muscles sometimes. Some of the characters. Yeah. Yeah, it's just my thing. For a while there, I was really liking the guys with the big. I was drawing the guys with the big upper torso, big shoulders, and littler heads. That was a fun thing. But now I'm kind of moving in new directions. This is still me kind of phasing out of my old style. I'm still kind of going to be moving into another one. Yeah, right. Let's see here. Shadow and Sun. I usually read at least 100 pages a day. 1990s image style. Yeah, definitely, man. Like Simon Bisley, like those type of dudes. 100%. But lately I've been really influenced by like, just like, you know, straight up John Buscema, man, you know. He doesn't have all the lines in there, you know. It's a little more anatomically correct. Yeah. But you know, sometimes I like it a little cheesier, a little bigger. It's fun. Becoming a. Do I want to? Yeah, I'll probably put the shine in there, I guess. I'm gonna bring. I think I'm gonna bust out the other brush real quick. I might do this one. I got this one at the 99-cent store. Yeah, you can't go wrong with. Are you moving differently? Yeah, John and Bernie are my favorites. Yeah, you can't go wrong with those two, man. The thing about John, like when I was a kid, I bought How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, and I studied that like at a young age. I think I was like 8 or 9. Yeah, and I had that. That was my book, man. I still have it. I'm gonna do a video on it one of these days too. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Let's see how this works. Let's start with the that. I just think Buscema is like the perfect artist. He really is. And I love his motion, you know. On top of that, he's just like a classically trained artist. But yeah, I have too many influences though. It's kind of hard to. Yeah. Me growing up in the 90s, I'm always gonna have that like little, probably 90s image tear in the back of my head. Okay, there's a bit of that. This thing's getting a little gray, but I'll probably get in there with some more. Let's see here. I still have my copy of How to Draw the Marvel Way. I gave it to my son, but he never read it. His style is more anime, even though he hates anime. The anime is cool. What I like about anime, Shadow, is the action. What they do with action, I think, is really cool for comic booking, for making comics. You know, I think their action's awesome with their speed lines and all that perspectives. You know, when they start slamming people on the ground, the weather effects of what happens to people when they're getting attacked. You know, or when they're like getting their power, they're summoning all the clouds come up, you know, across the ground, and they're flying up in the air. You know. But I'm more akin to like the 80s anime. If I'm going to be into it, it's going to be like the stuff that was inspired by American action stars like Stallone and whatnot. I'm more into like Fist of the North Star, Akira, Berserk, Vampire Hunter D, and yeah, I like the 80s stuff, because those guys were all they were all influenced by American action stars. It really, you know, it's a little different now. A little different. Let's see here. Got that. And now you got that K-pop Demon Hunter shit going out. My daughter's all into that. Oh man, plenty times. Yeah. Funny times. All right, so we got that. I'm gonna get some reference for that Colt 45. You gotta get me one of those. You like the Phantom. Yeah, so I want to reference that. That'll be easy. Yeah. And then I can start working on, and I gotta reference that junk boat. I gotta go reference that. That shouldn't take too long, but I don't want to bore you guys with that. And start working on this guy right here. Then I can start working on the wolf. For the wolf, I was looking for the best pose. So I got like this snarly like face, and then I cut it out and I put it on top of this one. I love the pose of this wolf. 2 different species. And then I like that one too. My printers only had blue ink. I don't know why I printed like that, but yeah. I love wolves, man, but it just seems like they're so, and werewolves and stuff, but just like, I don't know, man. Kind of played out, you know? I want to do a werewolf comic, but it's just so many werewolf things. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's start working on this dude. But yeah, what Buscema does in Conan, like his economy of page and what he gets into the story, so cool. He's a good study. 100%. Especially like when you're having fight scenes and all that, you don't need to draw the backgrounds all the time and things like that. Kirby was doing that too. I like Kirby a lot too. Also, Walter Simonson. He's a big influence on me. I love his work. About to start doing some. I've been doing some conceptual art for some new characters. It's been coming along pretty cool. I got this pretty badass little book I was talking about from Walmart. It's like a sketchbook. I'm gonna just doing it, filling it full of fantasy characters. But yeah, I can show that off one day. Let's see here. Hair on the side of his head shaved a little bit like that. Yeah. Want to do some we got to do that Biztober thing if you're still there, Omer. Do something. It's going to be fun. Let's see here. Yeah, right. Some Biztober. I'll probably do some Lobo, man. You know. Can't go wrong with Lobo. The main man. We got Momoa playing Lobo now finally. Hope it's good, man. Biztober. It'd probably be on like a thinking maybe like a Friday or Saturday, man. I gotta get my new work schedule. Things have been kind of weird. I've been kind of short staffed, so I've been working tons of overtime, which is a blessing. But yeah, still waiting. Yeah, nice, dude. Yeah, I want to start eventually once I get my like a regular schedule. I want to start doing like a Friday or Saturday like morning show, dude. That would be pretty cool. It's kind of like a bunch of nerdy stuff for the week, and sometimes have guests on talk about their campaigns and whatnot, their books, some indie folks. They're doing the stuff that we're to kind of help promote the indie scene. People with books, maybe have some bands on. People working on their comics. People maybe doing some tabletop games, video games, all the just indie stuff. All that good shit. Squizzy Izzy, thanks for stopping by. What kind of pen are you using? I've been wanting to try different stuff for line art. I've been inking for many years, and this is the best pen I've ever used. It comes with this one. It's a blue one. This is the hard tip, and then it comes also with this one. If you get it, I don't know what country you're in, but this is the soft tip. The company is Tombow, and they're brush pens, and they're Fudenosuke. So that's the name of them. Yeah. So you got the brush pens, and this is the hard tip, and this is the soft tip, and they're usually like $6 or $7. They're pretty affordable, but they run out of ink pretty quick. So, but yeah, I definitely recommend getting those. They work like magic. And for me, I think with art, it's all about the tools that you have. It really is. Like, it really depends on the skill, but man, if you don't have the right tools, then you're never going to level up. For at least that's my opinion. As soon as you pick up the right pen or the right brush, you're like, damn, you could start doing effects, because there's just certain things that when you're learning, you just can't do it without a certain tool, in my opinion. And most people say it doesn't matter about the tool, it just matters about the artist. Yeah, I disagree with that. I think that you really need the right tools, personally, unless you're like a super artist or something. What's that? But you also gotta have vision, You gotta have things in your mind, what you want to do, I guess. Like how do you get those perfect circles on your buildings? How do you get those ovals? Well, you got to use templates. See, and I would have sat there for my whole life never using a template. There's just all kinds of stuff. How do you get perfect lines so much with your ruler? I got a ruler, it never works. You got to get the see-through ruler so you can get perfect lines. You can line everything up on the line. If no one ever told me that, I would have been just in the dark about that. There's more things too, you know. Yeah, these pins, like, and there's also people, you know, whiteout and paint. You know, like how do you get the veins and the trees and everything looking so cool? Like, how do you do that? You know, I didn't know that you got to use whiteout and you got to use white paint. You know, there's all kinds of stuff that people don't tell you. You gotta, especially with comics, man. And then nowadays with the whole with AI and just digital artwork, people just kind of, you know, like it's fallen by the wayside. You can just do all that on Photoshop now. Ink dip pins, nibs. There's artists that are really technical, and I'm like, how do they get these perfectly technical lines all the time? A lot of it is just because it's a nib. A nib just does a good job doing straight lines sometimes, you know. Then you could use a nib, and then you can go in there, like zoom in real close, and then you can start doing whiteout in between the nib lines just with for your hatching, just to get a cool hatch effect. And that's if you're really tweaking out on it, you know. Me, I'm kind of moving into the whole like kind of brushy look, you know, with a lot of fluidity in it, you know. That's where I want to get it. Eventually, we're gonna start using brushes and nibs. These Winsor Newton Series 7. This is what I want to get on. Pitographs, huh? Oh, wow. You just learned a bunch of stuff? Oh, cool. I'll start doing more videos about that. Also, here's another thing you can learn. This little erase pens. You know, this is you need erasers to draw. Like if you don't, you could. I just draw. I use these all the time. Like I use the eraser just as much as a pencil. I draw with the eraser. You know, like you got to get in there and erase out the veins, erase out the branches. You know, erase out the highlights. Some people, it's obvious, but sometimes the obvious can escape us. So this is also Tombow. It's the same brand as this. Also Tombow erasers. They're from Japan. The Japan are they're the shit right now. They're just killing it. Tombow. This eraser is awesome. You got to clean it though. You got to keep cleaning it. You know. So I have like you can just clean it like that. Just rub it off, you know. I have a little tissue on the side. So some stuff right there. Yeah, right. Pigma microns and Copic multiliners. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, the multiliner, the multiliners. These are always really good. I like using number 2s and number 8s. Personally, I like microns. These the most over Copics. Current year, at least right now. I've tried Copics before, but for some reason I pushed down too hard. That's a me problem. And I have some Copics. I got to use those too. I like when I buy art supplies, I like to move through my inventory, and then I try to. I think it's a good thing to do. Yeah. And then now too, I'll go back and I'll ink this whole page, and I'll come back and I'll add pencil on top of it. You know, maybe I want a sword that's got a certain look of silver, especially when you're dealing with different values with black and white. So it's a whole lot of. I love the way. Oh, and then some people come in with for black and white. They'll come in with black color pencil. I know Eric Powell does that on the Goon. It looks fantastic. Then you got the ink washes too. That's really cool. I don't really use ink wash too much, but I think I might start doing it. Yeah. All right, I'll get back to this guy right here. So here's my eraser. Oh, another thing that I really love, it's just this little ruler. I use this more than anything because a lot of the times the ruler is just too big, you know. And I just like this little eraser or the little ruler. It's the same company. They sell this at Hobby Lobby, and it's one of my favorite stores, Hobby Lobby, and Michael's. But yeah, like say you're just doing like a little comic page. You don't need 12 you don't need, you know, the big, you don't need this one. You know, I don't need to lug all around in my backpack, but I could, you know, this thing just say you're doing like a perspective. You can just keep get in there. I know David Finch uses a binnacle, a sailor, a pirate binnacle, which is pretty metal. I want to get one of those. background for buildings, but I don't typically draw buildings that much as far as like cityscapes and whatnot. I do sometimes though. It's fun. I like to switch it up though, man. Fantasy's my favorite in sword sorcery, but sometimes you got to jump into some sci-fi or some modern time stuff. Yeah. There we go. What's that? Yes, that magical color pencil. Let's see. So what'd you think of Alien Earth, Omer, if you're still there? Were you digging it or what? I gotta go back and finish it. I know you were watching it there for a little bit. Yeah, you dug it? I got like a few episodes in. I was digging it. I thought it was pretty cool. I guess there was some problems. Some people were hating on it because of the chick speaks like she speaks xenomorph or something like that. It's like Neo in the Matrix. I know xenomorph. I know Xeno. Hey, how you doing there, T? Thanks for stopping by. You love Alien Earth. It had its issues, but I just enjoy the ride. Yeah, everything's got its issues, right? Nothing's perfect, huh? I would say the same thing. Everything's got its issues. Okay, it seems like it's pretty dry. Okay. Yep. 100%. Right. A bit of tree trunks right there for later. Put a little marker in there, or visual marker, so I know what's cracking. So, yeah, get that right there. A little beach right here. Back to this guy. He's got a little sash right here. Something like that. Let's see. I've got to go now, but I'm glad you dropped by. Always great to learn stuff from artists. This is looking sick. Awesome to watch come together. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know what, man? I'm not sure actually at the moment. I'm still waiting on my schedule, brother. But once I get it, I'll let you know for sure. 100%. For those days, I'm pretty open. All right. Got that guy right there. Might have been kind of fun being a cartoonist back in the day, working for the big two, like in the I don't know what era, but maybe not. I know they didn't get paid that well. That's pretty brutal, I heard. Yeah. Pretty brutal. The 80s and 90s, yeah, that would probably been a good time, right? Especially like the 90s, they were getting paid bank. The artists were at that time. Got that right there, a little gory do. All right. Googly goop. There we go. Right. Yeah, man. I hope we get a Conan TV show. That would be awesome. Let's see. We got that. I think I might start working on this guy right here. Let's see. Okay. Kind of want to. I'll worry about that later. Make this real quick. Gotta talk to that fool Pete too. That fool, AKA Pad. He was gone for a minute, bro. I saw he came back like about a week ago or something like that. Makes me think of the Grand Canyon, man. Like all the, you can't even go down there. It's crazy. Like, burp, 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 burp. What are you doing down there? Excuse me. Looking for some buried treasure. Sorry. That'd be a good place to like set a sword in, or and, well, I guess you could do a sword and sorcery story down there. That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, looking for giants. I'm trying to like figure out how to like do like a modern sword and sorcery, like pulpy, kind of Conan, like in the modern times. Not Conan himself, but you know, some type of like raiding caves and looking for stuff, having adventures. Got the lady on the side, you know what I mean? But it's like in modern times, going down to the maybe some swashbuckling dude, maybe he doesn't have a sword, maybe he's got like a machete or like a tack knife, looking for stuff, but cooler. Not like lame, like I don't know, Call of Duty or something. Something, but I don't know. It's got to be better than that. Not too tacky, not too tactical. It's got to be done a certain way. Yeah. That new Anaconda movie. I watched that movie. The elephant, or not the elephant. The Last Unicorn. That movie was wild. That movie was wild. Yeah. Look, I'm looking for giants. Let's see here. I just finished streaming with Peter earlier. Oh, okay. He was doing live stream. No shit. I didn't even know that. I don't even get like these what are these notifications anymore, man. Being crazy. Cray. Yeah. You still out there in Texas, Omer? And Teha? Wish I lived out there. It's getting kind of whack out here, brother. Getting kind of whack out here. Look at that. Good old Lone Star, right? Nice. I'm gonna have to jump on one of those streams. Hopefully, man. You still on one of the when you're maybe on the Wednesday stream one of these days. Come draw with y'all. It's been a minute. Been a spell. Where's that? Lone Star. Hey, did you hear that they're filming Spaceballs 2 right now? Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, they're filming the Spaceballs 2. They got Rick Moranis back. He came back out of retirement. May the Schwartz be with you. That movie's silly. It's a classic, though. May the Schwartz be with you. I think like John Candy's son's in it. He's playing Bart Jr. or something. That's pretty wild. Yeah, Mark Jr. Yeah. Let's see here. He's a Mog, right? Half man, half dog. His own best friend. My own best friend. That's funny. All mogged out. Let's see here. Guess I could draw this guy right here. All right. Load a shot right there. The Colt 45. All right. It's getting blasted. All right, get a little explosion right there. Cutlass. Okay. Probably be right about there. This one's going to be a little curved cutlass. There we go. There's that. Knifey right there. It's not a knife. That's a knife. There we go. Make it a little dinged up. There we go. A little bracelet right here. Okay. There's that. Just jumping around back here. All right, so leave that like that. Later, brother. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Right. Start working on Devil down here, the dog. Devil the dog. That mean looking pup right there. All right. Right. Okay, he's biting down. There's Tifer's in there. Brutal dog right there, man. You want to mess with Devil. That's the Devil dog right there. Listened to the Weird Al Yankovic yesterday over at my brother's house. Listening to the Amish Paradise. That's a good song right there. Yeah, Amish Paradise. That was pretty funny. Also the White and Nerdy. It's a pretty funny song. I'm gonna get this guy's hands in here. Got this right here. Probably gonna give him one of those ankle or one of those pirate bracelets. All right. A lot done tonight. Almost don't even want to draw anymore because it's like, yeah, it's coming along pretty fun. Having a blast doing this piece. Wish my grandpa was still alive. I would give it to him. He could tell me, "Oh, that's good, Matthew," or "Oh, that shit's dog shit." Yeah, miss that guy. Crazy old man. Do miss him. What's that? Let's see here. Start drawing some rocks. Maybe this right here. Start putting some rocks in here. So I wanted this to be like a rock face. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if it's a spaceship or what that's flying around. It's called Atlas 31 or some shit like that. It's pretty wild. They're saying that if it's behind the sun right now, if it pops up around November, December, it's definitely a UFO. They're pretty much almost sure it is right now, but I guess it's going so fast and changing speeds, like impossible. Talking about the end of times. The other day was supposedly going to be the rapture. That never happened. Man, I don't know, man. Crazy times. Crazy, crazy times. little bit of a rock wall right here. It's kind of what I was going for. A bit of the action. Something like that. Kind of fun. Whoa, almost got kicked off right there. There we go. Happens sometimes, I guess. All right. I have to do that. Rocks, a little bit of rocks in there. Man, I can't wait to put out some books, man. I'm moving slower than Miss Daisy. Yeah, it should be cool like that, probably. All right. A little bit of that. A bit of grass. It's a little bit better. All right. That puppy going like that. Got him up in the front right here. Definitely gonna do a little something different right here in the back leg. Something like that. Okay. Right. That black back leg right there. It's Devil right here. This is the Shadow's wolf. Call him Devil. You don't want to step to this guy. Take a bite out of crime, you know? Like McGruff. You guys know about McGruff? This movie, they said slam evil. That was I remember that was the saying of this movie. The fan was slam evil. I thought that was kind of dumb. They should just call it. Some of the posters said the ghost who walks. That was just good by itself. That just makes it sound even more enthralling and intriguing. Slam evil just kind of seem kind of weird. Just not really feeling it. There we go. Sometimes the wolf's really furry. Sometimes he's not. I don't think the wolves in this part of the world are that furry. have long fur, but it's all good. Go. I think that'll work a little bit. Let's see here. What's up, T? How often do you stream? I usually do like twice a week. Yeah. Not too much. So I do this, and then I like to work on my comics when I'm not doing this. So I try to. Sometimes I fall asleep, or I might have a commission I'm working on that'll keep me up, and I got to finish that. So yeah. There's that. All right. Starting to move into this a little bit more now. Trying to get too crazy with the details. Just certain spots. I just need to kind of see what's going on a little bit. Don't want to cover up too much of the action. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You kind of want to step back and look at it. If you can, take a picture of it too. Zoom out. You can really see what's important and what's not, and where you need to add detail. Because sometimes you might be adding too much detail. I do that a lot sometimes. Yeah. So you can check it out in the mirror and see. Check it out backwards. That helps out a lot too. Yeah. Starting to come around a little bit though. Yeah. Yep. Still got to draw a little bit more, but it's coming along. I've got to ink this up right here. Got to do the junk ship with some water. Yeah, it's still another stream to go. Then I'll probably add some effects to it after that. Hopefully do some of that on that stream too. If not, it'll just be like in a 1 minute short probably. But I'll post the finals at the end. Let's see here. So we got that. So it's going to be coming kind of like that. So yeah, there's going to be stuff coming out of there. Yep. All right. Well, probably gonna call it right there, folks. And do another stream sometime this week. Probably gonna go watch a movie or some TV for a little bit. We'll finish this up on another day. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I might check this out on the restream. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. And for all you artists out there, if the artist isn't starving, then the artist isn't hungry. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.